Taylor Swift is known all over the world for her powerful voice, emotional songs, and unmatched success. From sold-out stadium tours to breaking music records, her life looks perfect from the outside. Millions of fans see her as a fearless woman living the ultimate dream. But behind the dazzling lights and glamorous red carpets, there's another side to her story that very few people know about. Even when she's smiling on stage, Taylor has been hiding pain in her heart. She has faced struggles that never made headlines, silent battles that she fought alone. While her fans celebrated every award she won, she was quietly dealing with fear, anxiety, and heartbreak. Taylor's life has been like a song, beautiful on the surface, but filled with verses of sadness and struggle underneath. In her early career, she faced harsh criticism. People doubted her talent, mocked her for writing about her feelings, and even tried to tear her down in the media. For someone so young, the pressure was crushing. She was just a teenager trying to follow her dream, but the world was already judging her every move. Instead of giving up, Taylor kept going, turning her pain into powerful lyrics. But this came at a cost. Behind closed doors, she started to feel trapped by her fame. Every word she said, every outfit she wore, every relationship she had, it was all picked apart by millions of strangers. Slowly, the constant attention began to affect her mental health. She felt like she had to be perfect all the time, never showing weakness, never making mistakes. The world saw a strong superstar, but inside, she often felt scared and alone. The pressure only grew as she reached new heights of fame. While her songs inspired millions, Taylor was quietly dealing with sleepless nights, anxiety, and overwhelming stress. She couldn't fully enjoy her success because she was always worried about what might go wrong. Even with her closest friends and family, she sometimes felt misunderstood. The hardest part was pretending to be okay when she wasn't. Taylor's hidden battles remind us that fame doesn't protect anyone from pain. No matter how bright the spotlight shines, there can still be darkness behind it. This was the beginning of a long and difficult journey that few people truly understood. Taylor's music has always been deeply personal, and many of her biggest hits were born from real-life struggles. Each song was like a page from her diary, filled with emotions she couldn't express anywhere else. Fans connected to her honesty, but what they didn't know was just how much of her pain was hidden in those lyrics. During the early years of her fame, Taylor faced public humiliation that would have crushed most people. One of the most painful moments came when she was interrupted on stage during a major award show. Millions of people watched as her special moment was taken away, and while she smiled politely, inside she was devastated. That incident left a scar on her heart and made her question her place in the music industry. As she continued to rise, the scrutiny around her love life became unbearable. Every relationship was turned into a headline, every breakup into a joke. People began to treat her like a character instead of a real person with feelings. She once admitted that she felt like she couldn't trust anyone, fearing they might use her for fame or betray her trust. This deep loneliness pushed her to write some of her most emotional songs. The music industry itself was another source of pain. Taylor discovered that behind the glamorous image, there were powerful people who tried to control her career and silence her voice. She faced battles over her own songs and creative freedom, fighting just to keep ownership of the work she poured her heart into. It was a fight that left her emotionally drained but also stronger. Even as she broke records and won countless awards, Taylor felt like she was constantly proving herself. The world expected her to be perfect, but she was human. There were nights when she cried alone, overwhelmed by the pressure. She once revealed that she struggled with her body image and self-worth, haunted by cruel comments from strangers online. For Taylor, writing music became a form of therapy. It was the one place where she could tell the truth without fear. Her songs weren't just hits, they were lifelines, helping her survive her darkest moments. Fans sang along without realizing that those lyrics were often written through tears. Taylor's pain shaped her art, but it also took a heavy toll. She learned that even when the world sees you as strong, you can still feel broken inside. As Taylor's fame grew, so did the hidden battles she faced with her mental and physical health. She started to experience intense anxiety, the kind that made it hard to breathe before stepping on stage. Crowds of screaming fans adored her, but inside she felt terrified. wondering if she could live up to their expectations. Anxiety wasn't her only challenge. There were times when she felt emotionally drained, unable to sleep or eat properly. The stress of constant touring, recording, and public appearances pushed her to the edge. She admitted in interviews that there were moments she felt completely exhausted, but she kept going because she didn't want to let her fans down. One of Taylor's most private battles was with her body image. The pressure to look perfect was relentless. Photos of her were dissected online, and every minor change sparked cruel comments. At one point, she struggled with unhealthy habits, trying to fit into a certain image that others expected. She later shared how dangerous that mindset was and how hard it was to break free from it. Taylor also faced a devastating blow when her mother, Andrea, was diagnosed with cancer. Watching her mom go through treatments while balancing her own career was heartbreaking. She often felt helpless, wishing she could take away her mother's pain. This experience brought a different kind of struggle, one that had nothing to do with fame but everything to do with love and family. During this time, Taylor began to speak more openly about mental health. She wanted others to know that even someone who seemed to have it all could still face deep pain. But she didn't share everything. Many of her hardest moments stayed hidden, locked away behind a smile. Her anxiety reached a point where she considered stepping back from music altogether. The idea of walking away crossed her mind more than once, but her love for songwriting kept her going. It was her way of fighting back, of taking control when everything else felt out of control. Taylor's silent struggle was proof that success doesn't shield anyone from fear or sadness. Even the biggest stars can feel small and powerless at times. There was a period when it felt like the entire world was against Taylor. Public feuds and controversies painted her as the villain, and suddenly, the same people who once praised her were tearing her down. Online hate campaigns spread like wildfire, and she became the target of countless cruel memes and headlines. Taylor described this time as one of the darkest of her life. She felt like she had lost control of her own story. Everywhere she looked, people were criticizing her, mocking her, and twisting her words. She was called names, accused of things that weren't true, and treated like she wasn't even human. The pain of this public backlash was overwhelming. Taylor, who had always been open and vulnerable through her music, felt like she couldn't speak at all. No matter what she said, it was twisted against her. She made the difficult decision to disappear from the spotlight for a while, going completely silent on social media and avoiding public appearances. During this time, she retreated into herself, focusing on healing and rediscovering who she really was. It was not easy. She battled feelings of worthlessness, wondering if her career was over. The same stage that once felt like home now felt like a place of fear. But Taylor's silence wasn't weakness, it was strength. While the world thought she was gone, she was actually rebuilding herself. She poured her emotions into new music, crafting songs that told her side of the story. When she finally returned, it was with an album that shocked everyone, powerful, unapologetic, and fearless. This comeback proved that Taylor wasn't just a pop star, she was a fighter. She turned public hate into art, showing the world that no one could silence her forever. After her painful battles, Taylor came back stronger than anyone expected. She reinvented herself, embracing a new sound, a new style, and a new way of living. Instead of chasing perfection, she focused on authenticity. She spoke openly about her struggles, inspiring millions of fans to be brave about their own pain. Taylor's return to the stage wasn't just about music. It was about reclaiming her power. She fought hard to regain ownership of her songs and her story. Her determination became a symbol of strength for artists everywhere. She showed that no matter how powerful the industry might seem, one person's voice can still make a difference. She also used her platform to speak up about important issues, from mental health awareness to equality. By sharing her truth, she helped others feel less alone. Her concerts became more than just shows. They became safe spaces for fans to heal and celebrate together. Taylor's resilience inspired millions, but she never forgot the pain she endured. Instead, she used it as fuel to keep creating, to keep pushing forward. Today, Taylor Swift stands as one of the most successful artists in history. Her achievements are legendary, her influence unmatched. But behind the glittering success, there are still unseen struggles. She has learned how to cope with anxiety and heartbreak, but those feelings never fully disappear. Taylor's story is a reminder that no one's life is as perfect as it seems. Even someone adored by millions can feel lonely, scared, and misunderstood. Her journey shows the importance of kindness, both to others and to ourselves. Through her music and her honesty, Taylor has given the world a gift, not just beautiful songs, but a message of hope. She proved that it's okay to be imperfect, to fall, and to rise again. Her unseen struggles are what make her human, and perhaps they are also what make her truly extraordinary.